So today we are going to go over Bitcoin. We're going to see whether or not Bitcoin is about to break out soon or if this is going to be a bull trap. So anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Let's get straight into it. So we are currently priced at 111 111 is $637,000. So 111K, that is pretty big for Bitcoin. But honestly, we were trading around 108K not too long ago, so it's kind of nice to be back up here at 111K, but we are getting rejected at a resistance up here. This resistance is all the way at about 113K. So Bitcoin has not been wanting to pass 113K for a few days now. So that's a huge red flag, More than a few days, honestly. It's been since the 3rd of September, so the last 7 days, the last week, we've been trying to pass 113K, but we have not been able to pass 113K. So that is very critical for us. And last 7 days, down 0.4% or up 0.4%. Last 30 days, down 8.4%. Okay. Now, Bitcoin dominance is going down. Bitcoin dominance is currently at 56%. But not too long ago, Bitcoin dominance was at 63%. So inside of June, Bitcoin dominance was at 63%. And since June, Bitcoin dominance is all the way down now. No. It was up to 65. I didn't see that. But look at this. Let's zoom in this further. So yeah, we were all the way up here to 65% at some point with Bitcoin dominance right here. So yeah, right here, Bitcoin dominance was at 65.5% in June. That is crazy because now we're at 56%. This is the start of altcoin season. So look, when money starts to flow back into Bitcoin, when you start to see Bitcoin's market cap going from 2.2 billion or 2.2 trillion up to 2.5 trillion, eventually 3 trillion, you're going to see altcoins going up even more than Bitcoin. So as Bitcoin starts to get some of that money back, most of that money is going to start flowing into altcoins, and we're already seeing it today. Why? I'll show you exactly why, because look at this. How do we have Bitcoin dominance at 56%? We have Bitcoin dominance currently going down. We'll look at that last year here. We have Bitcoin dominance currently on a downtrend, right? But then we also have the whole crypto market cap on a downtrend. We have altcoins on a downtrend. We have Bitcoin on a downtrend, right? And then when you come over here and look at the total crypto market cap, well, why is it that we've been on a downtrend, but the total crypto market cap is kind of bouncing back faster than Bitcoin? Like if you compare the total crypto market cap price to Bitcoin, like it's kind of crazy. Look at this, 4.2 trillion. We're already back to 3.9. We went all the way down here to 3.7 trillion. Well, really 3.6, but we're now seeing that we're recovering pretty early here inside of Bitcoin, right? DeFi is actually on the up and up as well. DeFi is doing good and still increasing, but Bitcoin's market cap is decreasing. This because it is altcoin season. We will see the money flow from Bitcoin into altcoins. That is what the prophecy of altcoin season says. All right. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. And look, we're also seeing stablecoin going up. We're seeing stable coins going up in value. That is because, not in value, but inside of holdings. That's because people took their money out of Bitcoin and they sat them in stable coins. And now they're waiting. And now they're going to be getting in on altcoins when they start to bottom out here in September. So people are actually waiting right now outside of the market. And then you have the altcoin market cap. Now, this is one of the most important things. I want to show the altcoin market cap. The altcoin market cap is close to an all-time high as Bitcoin has pulled back massively. Look, this is Bitcoin pulling back massively, but what did I say in my previous videos? When Bitcoin pulls back, altcoins will pull back as well. What do you see? Bitcoin and altcoins pull back. All right. Altcoin market cap pulled back to 1 trillion, all the way from 1.8 trillion. But then the recovery came in, and now altcoins went all the way back up to 1.8 trillion. So the total altcoin market cap is going up. But when you look at Bitcoin, the total Bitcoin market cap is going down. So when you look at Bitcoin, it's been down and it's been, trending downwards. That's because the money is going into altcoins. It's going to be altcoin season. So now we're seeing that transition in real time. Okay. So that's something that you want to watch out for and pay attention to, because altcoins are going to supersede Bitcoin. And that is something that you want to, prepare for. So yeah, that's what we're seeing here. We also got this Bitcoin peak coming in October or November. Fragile stabilization hits crypto. This is what Yahoo Finance just posted. If they're calling for a peak in October or November, then that peak is probably going to be December or January, possibly February. Okay. So if they're calling for the peak in October or November, then the actual peak is probably going to be December or January or February. All right. So that's another thing that you want to pay attention to, because you don't want to believe what they're saying. You want to, like, if they're saying one thing, you want to look at another. Okay. But I don't think that we've peaked here. I don't think we've quite peaked here inside of Bitcoin. One of those main reasons, I've always showed you guys this on the weekly chart. The weekly chart is overbought. Let me not act like the weekly chart is not overbought. Let me take all this noise off the chart as well. So the weekly chart is completely overbought here. All right. There's no denying it. Let's go ahead and maximize this pain, right? This is the %R trend exhaustion. I know I show it all the time. I know I talk about it all the time. Look, the white line is the short-term trend. The blue line is the long-term trend. And as we're looking at the weekly chart, notice the short-term trend is coming down. But notice the long-term trend started to come down, and now it's kind of curving sideways, almost like the long-term trend wants to go back up. So if this short-term trend continues downwards, and then has I guess we can call it a revelation point, right? It comes right here at the bottom and it starts just lifting up, right? The revelation of Bitcoin. It's gonna start lifting it up, the short-term charts. But let's say that happens, and then we start to see the long-term also increasing with it as well. If we do the same pattern that we've done here and that we've done here, if we do the same exact thing, then technically speaking, by the end of September, we should be bullish. By the end of September, going into October. So by the end of September to the beginning of October, we should be bullish if we follow this pattern to a T. That is what it's looking like. All right. And that's also on the MACD. The MACD is also selling off right now as well. So we might get some more selling pressure in the MACD. Now, this is the weekly chart. We can look at the monthly chart too. Much bigger chart. Monthly chart still looking bullish to me, honestly. It doesn't have much push left. I'll be completely honest here. The push started 2023, and I've been mentioning this a lot lately. The bull market started in 2023. The bull market literally started January 1st, 2023. If you look at it, that's when the bull market started, and we have not had weakness on the monthly chart since then. The first sign of weakness was here when we had this area here, right? We had this channel right here. I forgot what they call that, bull flag, I believe. Anyways, we had that, and then we also had the next sign of weakness. Let me bring this back up to hide this. But yeah, we had the next sign of weakness, and then we had what we're seeing now, which is the next sign, right? So right here was sign of weakness, right here was sign of weakness, and now we're having more signs of weakness currently. Okay. So those are the levels that we are watching out for right now inside of Bitcoin. So let me know what you guys think about that. Do you guys think that Bitcoin is bearish or bullish? I think Bitcoin is still bullish long term, but short term it has entered a bearish level. The %R trend exhaustion on a daily chart is at an equilibrium point. It's right in the middle. The short-term trend is coming up, so it might actually send the long-term trend up as well. For the 4-hour chart, the MACD this is the daily chart. The MACD on the daily chart is also pretty bullish. So we have a bullish MACD on the daily chart, and the %R trend exhaustion is looking like it's turning bullish as well on the daily chart. So I think we're about to have that uptrend, and we should start recovering pretty soon. But just let September play out, and then when we go into next month, we're going to look a lot nicer. All right. So that's what I got for that. And then over here we have Binance has their fear and greed indicators here. Right now we're at neutral at 43. As September goes on, you'll probably end up seeing this coming closer to bearish. And then after September ends is when we should see the bullish coming in, the bullish sentiment. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I'm still bullish here on Bitcoin. I just think right now we're just at a temporary pullback, not that big of a deal. Got rejected twice at this resistance, still not a big deal. We're about to be bullish soon. Whether it's mid or end of September, it's going to happen. All right. So this is all I got for y'all today. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. As always, I'll be back with another video.